I'm going to step back for a moment because you're going to see there are going to be some kids who watch this, students who watch this 25 years from now. Please compare and contrast the constitutional crises of the Clinton one versus Nixon. I mean, are they both of the same seriousness?
You know, I voted for articles of impeachment of Clinton, and I would have voted for the one on Nixon. I do think that there was more of a constitutional crisis with Nixon than there was with Clinton. Maybe it was the times. Maybe it was the break-in and the illegal aspects of it. Maybe it was what the tapes revealed in terms of his discussions and you know, the effort to cover it up in several different ways. I also think that you know, I voted what I thought was the right thing with Clinton for some of the articles of impeachment. I mean, most people, if you lied to a grand jury, that's a crime. People have been removed from the federal courts for lying to a grand jury about a crime that you were found innocent of. And I felt like he didn't tell the truth there. I think the differences were, though, to a degree, I don't know why you would differentiate these, but one of them is, you know, about human relationships, sex, if you will. And the other one is about breaking the law in terms of something like as serious as obstruction of justice. So I really think that, you know, the Nixon matter and the timing, the Vietnam War, all that was going on, all that had gone on, was a part of the atmosphere that we were still dealing with.
But it was Rodino's insight, wisdom, that led him to understand that this could never be seen by the American people as an effort by Democrats to railroad a Republican president. Otherwise, impeachment would never happen. And I think Rodino and ultimately the other members of the committee realized, or most of the other members of the committee realized, certainly all the Democrats realized, that what was at stake here was preserving the Constitution. So we had to bend over backwards, even if we didn't like it, to do the right thing. Even if we wanted to move more quickly, even if we wanted to have a Democratic council, even if we wanted something else. If we were going to succeed, if we were going to bring the country with us, the only way that it could be successful would be if the country thought that this was totally fair and totally honorable and not a partisan hatchet job designed to remove by the Democrats in Congress, designed to remove a Republican president. Remember, Richard Nixon had been elected by one of the biggest landslides in American history just, 11 months before? And here the American people had turned around and said, we cannot allow a president to stop an criminal investigation. This is unacceptable in this country. The rule of law is more important. And so we had to proceed in that spirit. And some of us, I think, were impatient. I wasn't, a brand new member of Congress. I wasn't a long-standing political figure. So for me, I was champing at the bit for us to move forward and to move more quickly. But I think Rodino, who was older and had really, in the end, excellent judgment, certainly understood this, really wanted to do it in the right way. And I think that notion of doing it in the right way and doing it in a way that not only was fair but was perceived to be fair is one of the reasons that the impeachment succeeded. I mean, President Nixon was given the right to have counsel, to make his own point of view heard, to question witnesses. In the end, nobody questioned the fairness of the proceedings because Rodino took that off the table by making it quite clear that the proceedings would be so fair that nobody could ask those questions.